Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Channel 28 broadcast of Shrewsbury High School Athletics. I'm Andrew Engel, and it is Tuesday, February 21st. I'm here at North Star Ice Sports in Westboro, where the boys ice hockey team will take on the Lincoln Sudbury Warriors in the last regular season home game of the seniors' career. The Colonials are coming off a huge win yesterday against Natick. 5-2 was the final, and the 15-1-2 Colonials enter this game on a 7-game win streak. Lincoln Sudbury comes into action tonight at 12-7-1. Currently slotting in as the 7th seed in a D2 North postseason tournament that could feature as many as 18 teams. The Warriors don't have any players who have reached 20 points yet, but run a very deep lineup that plays excellent team defense in front of junior goalie Sam Marcoux, who scores a 1.70 goals against average. This is the first all-time matchup between these teams, so the Colonials will look to get off to a good start here this evening. Shrewsbury High School boys ice hockey is coming up next. Alright, we're almost ready to go here at North Star for tonight's senior night game between Shrewsbury and Lincoln Sudbury. It's an all-senior starting lineup for the Colonials. It'll be Anthony Quinlivan centering Liam Quinlivan and Jack Tepper, with Persicino and Alec Budio back on D. Pat Shaughnessy is getting the start in net. Puck is dropped. Anthony Quinlivan comes away with it. He enters the zone. He's got Jack Tepper on his right. Anthony throws into the corner. Jack wins the race to it. He throws one towards the net. Goalie plays that easily behind the net. Gets sent around, ends up on Anthony Quinlivan's stick. Quinlivan loses the puck. Lincoln Sudbury picks it up. They're able to backhand it out of the zone. Jack Tepper picks it up inside the neutral zone. Tepper sauces one ahead to Quinlivan. Hops over Liam's stick. Lincoln Sudbury changes it back into their own zone. Lincoln Sudbury taking it behind the net. They send it back down. LS going to win the race to it. Jack Tepper attacking. Gets sent ahead. Mullen's there to play it back in. Liam chasing after it now. LS plays it back up. That gets by Mullen. Tyler Boris is going to pick it up in the neutral zone. Tyler Boris stick handles around a couple players. Loses the puck momentarily. Russo plays it up. Boris chasing after it now. Boris able to intercept that pass. He circles back into the defensive zone. Passes it ahead for James Tepper. Tepper sends it back for Persicino. Persicino can't catch the pass cleanly. Back in the defensive zone. He passes one far ahead. Bad pass to James Tepper. It's going to end up on ice after hopping up the boards. Goalie covers it. We're just over a minute here into play at North Star. Face-off going to come just to the right of Lincoln Sudbury goalie Cam Marcoux. Line's back to normal now as Tepper, Russo are on the ice for Shrewsbury, with Belbin and Belbin back on D. Jack Tepper's going to pick it up after the face-off. He loses it in the corner. LS throws it up. Tom Belbin there with the keep. He's battling on the boards, kicks it ahead. LS not able to get out of the zone. Jack Tepper's there. He's covering. He's up to throw it back in. James Tepper throws it out in front. Goes out the goalie's stick. Lands right in front of him. Marcoux's able to get the cover. Face-off going to stay in the offensive zone for the Colonials. It'll be the same players on the ice for Shrewsbury. Jack Tepper with another offensive zone draw. He's able to tie up his man, gets sent back to the point. Tom Belbin whiffs on his shot attempt. Ends up in front. Jack Tepper can't get the shot off. LS throws it up. Russo's there. And then Peter Belbin's going to throw it back in. James Tepper racing to it. James Tepper has it in the corner. Comes up to Russo. Pushes it over to Belbin. Peter Belbin digging on the sideboards. He's got James Tepper there to help. Tepper comes away with it. Throws it back into the corner. LS going to win the race to it. They'll throw it around. And they're able to backhand the breakout pass out. Jack Tepper's going to pick it up in the zone and lose it. LS comes up. Peter Belbin with a good step there. Pushed up by Tom. Jack Tepper has it. Tepper banks one, looks at James Tepper, and ends up on his stick. James Tepper's all alone, tries to stick handle around a couple players, he can't. LS coming back up ice with it now. Across the red line, they'll dump it in, no ice. Shaughnessy's there, gives it for Anthony. Anthony coming up behind the net with it. Anthony Quinlivan can't stick handle around that forechecker. Mullen's able to get the puck just out of the zone. LS throws it in. Tyler Boris picks it up in the defensive zone. Tyler Boris goes for the long pass. Lincoln Sudbury gets a skate on it. Liam now enters the zone, onside, but loses the puck. Tyler Boris there to poke it away. LS is there, now they're taking it up ice. Across the red line, they'll dump it in. Shaughnessy comes up from behind the net and stops the puck. Persicino's there, and he'll wrap it all the way around for Liam. Liam goes to the far pass to Boris. Boris picks it up off the boards, but Anthony Quinlivan goes just off sides. 12-11 remaining here in the first period. We're still scoreless in Westboro. Face-off's going to come all the way back to the other side of the neutral zone where that pass originated. It'll be Tepper Russo on the ice for the Colonials with Leonis and Tom Belden back on D. Jack wins the faceoff back to Leonis. He gets it over to Tom Belden. Tom Belden passes it ahead. Lincoln Sudbury gets in the way of the pass. Ends up with it, throws it forward, gets by Tom Belden. Belden racing after it in the defensive zone. Leonis able to chip it just out of the zone. They look to throw it back in. Jack Tepper gets in the way of that. Jack Tepper across the red line. Throws it forward. Lincoln Sudbury is going to pick it up inside their defensive zone. A delayed offsides coming from Shrewsbury. And on Cole Russo's forecheck, offsides is called. Faceoff comes outside the zone for Holloway, O'Connor, and Drew Albertson. Still Belden and Leonis back on D. Sam O'Connor gets to take his first faceoff of the game. O'Connor's able to throw it into the zone. O'Connor chasing after it. LS is going to win the race to it. Send it forward. Glove down by Lincoln Sudbury. Leonis steps up. They're able to chip it by him, but Danny Holloway's there to pick it up in the neutral zone. Holloway looks to pass it back to Albertson. Albertson lifts the stick. He comes over to the puck. He'll throw it in. O'Connor chasing after it in the corner. But Sudbury gets it. They're able to send it up. Belden's there. Belden from the point fires one towards the net. Marcoux was able to fight through a screen and make the save. 11:20 remaining here in the first period. Faceoff's going to be in the offensive zone for the Colonials. Mullen and Persicino now coming on to play D for the Colonials. Holloway wins that to the side. O'Connor can't get there. LS coming up on a 2-on-2 now. Back on Mullen and Persicino. Persicino sticks with his man. LS wins the puck. O'Connor sends it around. Albertson chasing after it down the corner. LS able to win the race to it. They throw it. That goes well high and wide. LS able to get the keep. Persicino sends it around for Mullen. Mullen battling for the corner. He's got Drew Albertson to help. LS comes away with it. LS taking it from behind the net now. They work it out to the point. Denny Holloway chasing after that player. Shot goes wide. Albertson chasing after it. Defenseman rushing down is able to win the race. Throw it back in. LS has it now behind the net. Cam Mullen trying to tie that player up. Cam Mullen gets checked down and LS comes out with the puck. Coming up from behind the net. They pass it out to the point. Gets thrown. Denny Holloway got a piece of that. Shaughnessy plays it back behind the net as it starts to come out in front of him. Drew Robertson got in the way of that pass. Sam O'Connor has it. Held up ahead. LS not able to keep it inside the zone. They regain possession, then they dump it in. Persicino's trying to pick it up. The Shrewsbury forwards go for line change. Persicino gets one ahead of Mullen. Mullen lost sight of the puck. Couldn't chip it ahead. Now Tyler Boris picks it up and loses it. Lincoln Sudbury chips it in. Won the race to it. Mullen able to poke it away from that player. We'll throw it behind the net. Then Quinlivan comes away with the puck. Can't stick handle past that player. Persicino's going to pick it up. Persicino fires one behind the net. Wraps all the way up for Tyler Boris. Tyler Boris will flip it out of the zone. Anthony Quinlivan can't catch up. Lincoln Sudbury headed back up. Complete the pass. Tyler Boris swats it away. Lincoln Sudbury throws it back in. Great offensive zone pressure for Lincoln Sudbury. Shrewsbury hasn't been able to get a clean breakout. Tom Belden has it behind the net. He gets it over to Peter. Peter chips one ahead, looking for Anthony. No ice to call. The referee deemed that defenseman could have reached the puck. Lincoln Sudbury wins the race to it in their own zone. They chip it by Boris. Lincoln Sudbury coming up ice with it now. Across the red line, entering the Shrewsbury zone. He passes it across. Belden's able to poke it forward. Lincoln Sudbury is able to keep it in. He fired it into the corner. Peter picks it up behind the net, and he sends it around for Liam. Liam tries to chip it ahead to Anthony. Flips it into the Shrewsbury bench. Just under 9 minutes remaining here in the first period. Faceoff's going to come back into the Colonial zone. Tepper Russo on the ice now for Shrewsbury with Belden and Belden back on D. Lincoln Sudbury wins that back to the point. Exits the zone. James Tepper now, the lead forechecker. Player lost the puck momentarily, then James Tepper was able to get in the way of the passing lane. No why he said it was off the stick of James Tepper. Jack Tepper picks it up now behind the net. Speeds past one player. Flips by another. Jack Tepper banks it off the boards. James Tepper has it. He shoots. Goalie makes a glove save. Hops up. It's loose. Jack Tepper can't put it in. It's behind the net now. Jack Tepper slowly getting up. Russo pushes it behind the net. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. Lincoln Sudbury has 4 players coming up ice now. Now it's a 2-on-2 coming in on Peter Belvin. Peter Belvin was able to block that shot. It's in the corner. They send it around. Lincoln Sudbury is going to win the race to it, and they throw it back in deep. Peter's able to get in the way of it. Peter Belvin now coming up from behind the net. Belvin's pass incomplete. Lincoln Sudbury picks it up inside their own zone. Sam O'Connor will push it farther in, and then he'll dump it into the corner. Lincoln Sudbury from behind the net. Passes across the zone. Lincoln Sudbury up to ship it forward. Tom Belvin's there to pick it up. Belvin sends it forward, goes off a Lincoln Sudbury body. Now Lincoln Sudbury in the offensive zone. Alejandro picks it up. Alejandro's able to flip it out of the zone. Lincoln Sudbury regrouping in the neutral zone now, just below the wrong blue line. Denny Holloway forechecking. Lincoln Sudbury is able to get that pass and then dump it all the way in. Mullen's going to pick it up behind the net. Shaughnessy decided he wanted to flip it around. O'Connor now picks it up. He takes it further and deep. Passes across the zone. Lincoln Sudbury picks it up. Can't go anywhere. Alejandro can't get the puck out of the zone. It's in on Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy plays it to the side. Todd Belvin's going to pick it up. Belvin fires one all the way around. It's caught by Holloway. Holloway loses the puck. Todd Belvin's there. He throws it ahead. O'Connor loses the puck. Now Lincoln Sudbury headed back up. Shrewsbury cutting a line change. Puck thrown just to the side of the net. Shaughnessy plays it. Lincoln Sudbury behind the net. Throw it out front. Shot from the point now. Lift gets blocked. Now coming up ice with it is Sam O'Connor. Sam O'Connor's all alone. He's across the blue line. He'll get one on net. Bully plays that to the side. They go D-to-D behind the net. Throw it up. Tyler Boris able to get in the way of that pass. Comes up and out of play. Faceoff's going to come outside the zone. 6:46 remaining here in the first period. We are still scoreless in Westboro. On the ice now for Shrewsbury, Quinlivan, and Boris. Peter Belvin's with Joe Flianos back on D. Anthony Quinlivan ties up his man. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. They go D-to-D. Bringing it up ice now. Across the red line, they pass it ahead. Chip it into the zone. Peter Belvin's going to win the race to it. Belvin backhands it around looking for Boris, but Lincoln Sudbury's going to win the race to it. Chip it by Flianos. Player circles back, gets the puck. They work it out to the point now. Pass it back in front. They pick it up in the slot. Shot goes wide of the net. Puck is loose. Lincoln Sudbury coming out of the corner with it now. Looking over to the point. One-timer, Tyler Boris gets in the way with it. Shrewsbury headed up ice. Passes ahead to Anthony Quinlivan. Anthony Quinlivan racing after it. Ball's down. Tyler Boris puts it in. No call has been made. Tyler Boris put it in the back of the net as the net was coming off. Referee's still discussing. We'll be back in a minute. All right, we're back now. No goal was the call. Referee saying Anthony Quinlivan could set the net off before Tyler Boris was able to put it in. Faceoff comes outside. Liam comes away with it. He gets ahead to Tyler Boris. Tyler Boris now has the puck slashed away from him. Delayed penalty coming. Boris gets it out to Anthony. Anthony gets it up to Flianos. Flianos sends one towards the net. Lincoln Sudbury gets the touch. 5:55 remaining here in the first period. And the Colonials are going into the power play after Tyler Boris drew a slash. It'll be the normal power play unit out for the Colonials. Anthony Quinlivan centering Liam and James Tepper with Boris and Persicino back on D. Anthony wins it back to Tepper. Tepper gets to Boris. Boris fakes a shot, walks it over. Boris skating it in now. He finds James Tepper in the high slot. He gets it back to Persicino. Persicino finds Quinlivan down low. Anthony tries to throw it up front. Lincoln Sudbury is able to get in the way of the passing lane. Get it over to Boris. Boris shoots, and that's in. Some great puck movement by the Colonials. Tyler Boris rushing in, got the shot off. Cam Marcoux got a piece of the shot, but it still trickles into the back of the net. 16 seconds into the power play with 5:38 remaining here in the first period. The Colonials are taking a 1-0 lead over Lincoln Sudbury. Tepper Russo now out for the Colonials with Mullen and Persicino back on D. Lincoln Sudbury comes away after the face-off. Mullen's able to poke it away. Lincoln Sudbury throws it into the zone. Persicino gets it over to Tepper. Tepper can't throw it in. Lincoln Sudbury can't get that pass ahead. Russo throws one off the boards. Lincoln Sudbury gets it up. That'll go for an ice though. Lincoln Sudbury looking for the long pass here. It's going to come all the way back into their zone. It'll be the same players on the ice for Shrewsbury. Jack Tepper gets set to take this offensive zone draw. Russo pushes it forward. LS comes out with it from behind the net. Complete that pass up to the sideboards. Lincoln Sudbury eventually able to get the puck out of the zone. Onside now though, James Tepper chasing after it. Lincoln Sudbury taking it behind the net. They bank it ahead. They're able to break out of the zone now. Come again up Persicino. Persicino's able to get in the way of that player. Lincoln Sudbury barely able to stay on sides. They come in, they shoot one, never reaches Shaughnessy. Lincoln Sudbury comes back away with it. They'll throw it back into the corner. Persicino's going to pick it up now. Persicino backhands one around to Jack Tepper. Jack Tepper draws the contact, throws it back in, where Persicino's going to pick it up behind the net. Persicino sends one all the way around. This is going to wrap around and go all the way down for an ice. There's 4:35 remaining here in the first. Faceoff's going to come all the way back into the Shrewsbury zone. It'll be Alejandro, O'Connor, and Albertson on the ice for Shrewsbury, with Belbin and Belbin back on D. Sam O'Connor got set to take his face off in the defensive zone. Lincoln Sudbury wins it back to the point. They wrap it all the way around. Albertson's going to win the race along the sideboards. Albertson flips it out of the zone. Gloved down by Lincoln Sudbury. They throw it in. That one gets by Tom Belbin, so Peter will chase it in. Peter backhands one around. Albertson digging for it. O'Connor's there to help. Tom Belbin comes away with it. He fires one around. Alejandro gets there. Alejandro unable to chip the puck out of the zone. Peter's there. He's able to send it out. O'Connor chasing after it. Lincoln Sudbury throws it forward. O'Connor was there covering. Passes one ahead for Albertson. Lincoln Sudbury able to get it forward. Thrown back forward by Alejandro. They go D to D across the red line. They'll chip it in. Shaughnessy lets it go behind the net. Tom Belbin's there. He wraps it around for Alejandro. Jameson Alejandro taking it up. He sends one ahead for O'Connor. O'Connor across the red line. Will chip it forward. O'Connor forechecking now as the rest of his line makes a change. Lincoln Sudbury with some good passing there. They get it ahead. Tom Belbin getting in the passing lane. Great defensive play there from Tom Belbin. He pokes one ahead. Liam Quinlivan can't quite pick it up. LS now coming up ice with it. He passes it ahead, that forward. Now looking as he was going for line change. He sent ahead. Anthony Quinlivan picks it up, circles back, and then gets one ahead for Liam. And Quinlivan able to avoid contact and leaves one back for Anthony. Anthony can't pass it back to Persicino. Persicino's able to poke it ahead there. Lincoln Sudbury sends it back into the zone. The cover and Tyler Boris will pick it up in the defensive zone. Boris passes one ahead for Anthony. Anthony can't get it ahead for Liam. Lincoln Sudbury picks it back up. Tyler Boris forechecking there. LS taking up ice now. Chip behind the net. Persicino's barely able to win the race to it. Can't cleanly get up to Boris. 3 Colonials battling for it now. Boris comes away with it. Boris can't stick handle on that player. Anthony Quinlivan's going to pick it up. Quinlivan gets it ahead to Mullen. Mullen can't get it out of the zone. Flip back in by Lincoln Sudbury. Persicino backhands one along for Boris. Boris will take it deep. Boris behind his own net. Fires it along. That one gets out of the zone. Colonials in the middle of a line change now. They send one ahead. That'll go for a nice player. Just couldn't quite catch up to it. 2:13 remaining here in the first period. Colonial still hanging on to a 1-0 lead. Tepper Russo on the ice here for Shrewsbury. Belbin and Belbin are back on D. Jack Tepper got set to the face off in the offensive zone. James Tepper's able to pick that one off. James Tepper coming up from behind the net. He's in the corner now. Sends it back. Russo can't win the race to it. Gets sent along the boards. LS is able to pass it up. Peter Belbin's able to get in the way of that. Now Tom Belbin picks it up. Tom Belbin behind the net with it now. Goes back. Tom Belbin still behind the net. Passes it up to Russo. Russo catches the pass. Can't get it out of the zone though. LS throws it into the slot. They pick it up. Get a shot that's blocked by Tom Belbin. Still from the high slot, they whiff on that. Now James Tepper bringing it up ice. Minute and a half remaining. James sends it along for Jack Tepper. Jack Tepper coming in. Stick handles around, shoots and scores. Jack Tepper from James Tepper. Senior scores with a minute and a half remaining here in the first period. The Colonials have taken a 2-0 lead. Following the goal, it'll be Quinlivan and Boris on the ice for Shrewsbury with Mullen and Persicino back on D. Liam can't cleanly come away with that one, but Tyler Boris is able to pick it off. Gets sent up by LS. Anthony gets it back to Persicino. Persicino passes one across to Liam. Liam will throw it into the zone. Marcoux stops behind the net, hops over the defensive stick, and they pass it out. Liam barely able to keep that one in. Can't get through too many players. Now Lincoln Sudbury coming in. Lincoln Sudbury coming up ice into the Shrewsbury zone. Lincoln Sudbury throws it deep. Tyler Boris on that player. Lincoln Sudbury works it back to the point. They go D-to-D. That one-timer on net. Shaughnessy with a great glove save across his body. 52 seconds remaining here in the first period. Great look there by Lincoln Sudbury as they've been able to maintain some offensive zone pressure this game, but haven't gotten that many scoring chances. Tepper gets ready to take this face-off in the offensive zone. Lincoln Sudbury gets it back from the slot. They try to stick handle by two players. Get caught in traffic. Jack Tepper gets there. He wraps one around. Lincoln Sudbury unable to keep the puck in the zone, up just over the defensive stick. Russo and James Tepper forechecking. Passes ahead. Tom Belbin gets in the way of it. He'll throw it into the zone. Jack Tepper racing after it. Gets wrapped around, 30 seconds remaining here in the period. James Tepper ties up that player. Both Teppers digging for it. Russo comes away with it. He throws one on net. Saved easily by Marcoux. 21 seconds remaining here in the first. Face-off's going to come just to the left of the goaltender. Quinlivan and Delaney on the ice now for Shrewsbury. Tyler Boris and Sam McManus also out there for the Colonials. Liam takes the face-off. Pushes it into the corner. Liam Quinlivan digging for it in the corner. LS comes away with it. We're able to pass it up. Liam Quinlivan catches up to that pass. Sends one ahead for Delaney. Delaney chasing after it. Tyler Boris goes to cut that off. Lincoln Sudbury passes it up. Only a few seconds remaining here in the period. They throw it into the zone. Anthony Quinlivan picks it up, flips it forward, and that'll be it for the first. Goals by Tyler Boris and Jack Tepper, giving the Colonials a 2-0 lead here over Lincoln Sudbury after one period. All right, we're back here for the second period. The Colonials have 2-0 lead. It'll be Quinlivan and Boris to start. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with that after the face-off. They throw it ahead. That'll go for an ice. Persicino and Mullen are back on D. So just 7 seconds into the second period, the face-off's going to come all the way back into the Lincoln Sudbury zone. Anthony Quinlivan will get set to take this offensive zone draw. Quinlivan wins it back to Boris. Boris gets it back to Mullen. Mullen has to just throw it back in. Anthony finds Boris in the slot. Boris goes for the shot, gets deflected in front. Liam chasing after the rebound. Lincoln Sudbury gets it ahead. Persicino picks it up. Persicino throws it forward. Lincoln Sudbury able to pin that against the boards. Coming forward though. Persicino's able to throw it ahead to Liam. Liam entering the zone now. Tyler Boris just able to stay on side. Liam curls back. Liam now looking around, throws one on net. Anthony picks it up. Anthony Quinlivan was behind the net now. On his backhand, he gets it out to Persicino. Persicino from the slot shoots. That goes wide of the net. Anthony Quinlivan gets the rebound. Sends it back behind the net for Liam. Liam Quinlivan racing for it. Throws it back in. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. They look to flip it out. Goes off the ceiling. That'll come back to the Lincoln Sudbury zone. Tepper Russo now coming into the ice for the Colonials. It'll be Belbin and Belbin back on D. Jack Tepper now getting set to take the offensive zone draw. Tepper racing after it. Sends it back to James Tepper. James Tepper throws it towards the net. Defenseman blocks it in front. Gets it back to Tepper. James gets it back down low to Jack. Jack looking back for James. That gets picked off. Lincoln Sudbury breaking it out with it now. Lincoln Sudbury coming up ice. That player loses the puck. Peter Belbin chasing it. He's able to backhand it out of the zone. Comes forward. Jack plays it with his glove. Offsides now the call. Lincoln Sudbury takes it out. Lincoln Sudbury coming up ice. Player taking it all the way. He's got it on his backhand now, just below the goal line. Takes it around the net. Tries to throw it in front. Jack Tepper picks it up. Jack Tepper looking to send it long for James Tepper. Picked off by the defenseman who throws it back in. Peter Belbin now picks it up behind the net. He looks to flip it out. Peter Belbin flips that one up and out of play. Face-off's going to come back into the Shrewsbury zone. Two pucks are thrown back in play. Jack Tepper now getting set to take his defense's zone face-off a minute and a half into the period. Lincoln Sudbury wins it back. Throw it towards the net. Blocked in front by Mullen, then Jack Tepper comes away with it. Backhands it up, looking for James Tepper. James Tepper will throw it back in. Persicino gets it and backhands it around looking for Mullen. Too far in front of Mullen. Russo will get that. Russo tries to chip it out of the zone. Can't do so, but now gets it out on the second effort. Pokes it ahead. Now James Tepper picks it up. 2-on-1 coming for the Colonials. James Tepper has it. He shoots. Save made by Marcoux.
Too far over sometimes.
Quinlivan and Boris back out now for Shrewsbury. Mullen and Persicino still out on D. Anthony wins it back to Liam. Liam gets to Persicino. Persicino has to throw it in. Can't throw it in all the way. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. That pass is picked off by Liam. Liam stick handles the one player, then flips it in. Tyler Boris chasing after it. Tyler Boris able to bat that pass down. Anthony Quinlivan comes out with it. Gets it back to Mullen. Quinlivan gloves it down. Digging forward in the corner now. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. And they get it out to the neutral zone. Player coming in on Persicino. They get the pass over. They shoot. That goes into the back of the net. Hits the back post in the net. 12:40 remaining here in the second period. Lincoln Sudbury has come back within one. Quinlivan and Boris on the ice. Mullen and Persicino back on D. Colonials' lead has been cut to 2-1.
Goal scored by number 7.
Anthony gets that over to Liam. Liam tries to throw it in. Lincoln Sudbury picks it off. Boris able to get a piece of that. Anthony can't bat it down. Anthony will throw it all the way in the zone now. Going around, Tyler Boris chasing after it. Lincoln Sudbury banks it ahead. Flips it just out of the zone. Persicino gets a touch. Offside's the call. Face-off's going to come just outside the Lincoln Sudbury zone. Belbin and Belbin now out to play D. Anthony Quinlivan set to take this face-off in the neutral zone. Comes to Boris. Boris tries to play it ahead. Boris digging for it now. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. Can't get it deep. Liam digging for it now along the boards. Gets sent ahead. Back refs is nice. Reaches the goal line. That'll go for an ice with 12:07 remaining here in the second period. Tepper, and Russo now coming to the ice for Shrewsbury. Jack Tepper set to take this draw inside the offensive zone. Lincoln Sudbury wins it back to the corner. Can't get that by James Tepper. James Tepper pushing to the corner. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. They go DDD behind the net. Chip it ahead. Cole Russo gets a piece of that pass. Lincoln Sudbury banks it ahead. LS taking it up ice now. Coming in up Peter Belbin. Belbin forces that forward wide. Throw it in front of the net. Tom Belbin's there. It gets pushed ahead. The puck is loose in front. Still hopping around now below the goal line. James Tepper comes away with it. Tepper gets taken down. Cole Russo's going to pick up the puck. Russo loses it. Jack Tepper has it. He'll throw it forward. Tom Belvin able to get a piece of that pass. Lincoln Sudbury throws it in. Jack Tepper picks it up, taking it from behind the net now. Tepper tries to throw it ahead. Goes into the Lincoln Sudbury bench. The door was open. 11:20 remaining here in the second period. Face-off going to stay inside the Shrewsbury zone. Jameson Alejandro now taking this face-off in the defensive zone. Gets tied up. Comes up to the point. Albertson chasing after that defenseman. He's able to escape by him. Takes it down low. Albertson can't get in front of that pass. Holloway chasing after that player. Throws it back down low. Mullen racing for it in the corner. Mullen and Albertson battling for the puck. Kicks out. Lincoln Sudbury gets it. They'll throw it back in. Comes into the near corner now. Persicino's going to chase it. Sends it along to Holloway. Comes out to the point. That shot goes wide of the net. Albertson chasing after it. Albertson can't win the race to it. Mullen has it in the corner. Mullen throws it ahead. Sudbury throws it back down low. Throw it out front. That shot goes off the side of the net. Alejandro can't stick handle past that player. Albertson picks the puck up. He gets it out of the zone. Hops over Lincoln Sudbury's stick. Goes all the way down. Icing is the call. Puck's going to come all the way back into the Shrewsbury zone. Quinlivan and Boris back on the ice now for Shrewsbury. It'll be Fleonis and Tom Belvin out on D. Anthony Quinlivan gets his face off in the defensive zone. Quinlivan wins it back to the corner. Lincoln Sudbury wins the race to it. Throw it out to the point. They have to throw it back to the low as Boris with all over that defenseman. They get it out to the point. Come in and shoot. Shaughnessy with the leg save. Anthony Quinlivan wins the race to the rebound. Anthony Quinlivan chips one ahead for Liam. Liam can't find Anthony. Tyler Boris picks it up. Tyler Boris stick handling, and he shoots and scores! Tyler Boris picks up the loose puck, able to stick handle it. And on the backhand, he roofs it for his second of the game. 10:06 remaining in the second period, and the Colonials have taken a 3-1 lead. Anthony Quinlivan taking the center ice face-off. Tries up his man. Liam comes with the puck. Liam fighting through contact, throws into the Lincoln Sudbury zone. Boris originally thought it was delayed offsides. Lincoln Sudbury now coming up ice with it. Player coming in on Tom Belvin. Belvin's able to break up that play. Lincoln Sudbury gets the puck. Throws it wide of the net. Shaughnessy takes it to the side. Anthony Quinlivan coming away with it now. He's got Liam Quinlivan streaking. Lincoln Sudbury's able to get away that pass. Tyler Boris with speed. Loses the puck momentarily. Throws back. Coming in. Goes to some open space. Anthony Quinlivan's going to pick it up. Leaves it for Boris. Boris coming out of the corner with it now. Gets it to Fleonis at the point. Fleonis will fire one back down for Anthony. Anthony in the corner with it now. Tries to throw it in front. Whiffs on the pass. Lincoln Sudbury gets it up. Tom Belvin picks it up the point. That shot gets blocked. Anthony Quinlivan able to poke it forward. He throws one towards the net, and that's it! Anthony Quinlivan threw one towards the net and went off a skate in front. And with 9:19 remaining in the second period, Shrewsbury has taken a 3-goal lead. Persicino and Mullen are back on D. It'll be Tepper Russo on the ice following the goal.
Assisted by number 24, Anthony Quinlivan, and number 7, Tyler Boris. Time goal, 5:41 of the second period.
Jackson to get tough side of the face-off, so James will take it. James able to win that one back to Jack. Jack's leaving it for James. He gets it back to Persicino, who goes to Mullen. Mullen gets it the far pass and eventually finds James Tepper. He can't hold on to it though. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it and throws it forward. Persicino chasing after it. Lincoln Sudbury able to take it into the zone. Persicino's able to break that one up. Persicino curls back. Fires one all the way around. Comes to Russo. Russo backhands it out of the zone. Lincoln Sudbury picks it up though. Throw one ahead. Russo gets a stick on it. The backhands went to James Tepper. James Tepper can't dump it into the zone. It does stay on sides. Russo trying to push it in further. Hasn't come out of the zone net. James Tepper now up the stick handle round. James Tepper coming in, makes a move towards the net. Jack Tepper can't get the rebound. James Tepper has it. He shoots. Save made by Marcoux. Rebounds loose. Comes out to Persicino with the point. Persicino gets it back down low to Jack Tepper. Jack Tepper from the sideboard shoots. Save made easily by Marcoux. 8.5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Face-off going to still be in the Colonials' offensive zone as they hold on to a 4-1 lead here in Westboro. And now senior goaltender Noah Jaware entering the game for Shrewsbury. Denny Holloway going to take this face-off. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. Get it up. O'Connor throws it back in. It was off the glass. Lincoln Sudbury picks it up. Go for the long pass. That pass is incomplete. No ice to call. Noah stops it behind the net. Lincoln Sudbury wins the race to it. Tries to throw it off Noah. Kicks up behind the net. Albertson looks to send it ahead. The puck is below him now. Comes out. O'Connor picks it up. O'Connor sends it forward. Icing the call now. Just under 8 minutes remaining here in the second period. Coming back onto the ice here for Shrewsbury are Quinlivan and Boris. It'll be an all Belbin defensive pair as Anthony Quinlivan gets faced off in the defensive zone. Lincoln Sudbury comes back with it. They get to the point. Fire one towards the net, deflects something in front, heads into the corner. Liam Quinlivan picks it up, circles back. Liam Quinlivan takes it up from behind the net. Passes it along, looking for Tyler Boris, got by him. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. Pass it into the neutral zone. Stay just on sides, take it into the zone now. Tom Belbin attacks that player, able to draw him over the boards. Lincoln Sudbury working behind the net, throw it out front. Comes all the way back up to the point, they'll throw it back in. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. Find the player in the high slot, he loses the puck. Then Boris gets it ahead for Quinlivan. Liam Quinlivan headed up ice. One defenseman to beat, Quinlivan will throw it back. Stick handles around a couple players, finds Peter Belbin. Belbin gets low to Anthony. Anthony couldn't handle the pass. Takes it below, then gets back to Peter Belbin. Belbin on his backhand, throws it in front. Lincoln Sudbury defenseman is able to play that one over the boards. Then they get it ahead. Belbin breaks that one up. Lincoln Sudbury picks it back up though. They'll throw it in. Anthony Quinlivan's there to pick it up. Under 7 minutes remaining in the period. Anthony Quinlivan goes to the far pass to Liam. Liam catches it. Liam takes it and stick handles around from the high slot. He shoots. Save made by Marcoux. Tyler Boris can't get to the rebound. Kept in momentarily. Lincoln Sudbury eventually gets the puck out of the zone. Can't complete the pass ahead. Lincoln Sudbury enters the zone with speed. Offside's the call. 6.5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Face-off going to come out to the neutral zone. Tepper Russo on the ice now for Shrewsbury with Mullen and Persicino back on D. Face-off gets tied up. Russo sends it up to James Tepper. James Tepper picks it up. Entering the zone, he loses the puck. Jack Tepper will take it in, but that's offsides. Face-off again in the neutral zone, this time just outside the Lincoln Sudbury zone. Jack Tepper wins it back to Persicino. Persicino across the red line will dump it in. Marcoux stops behind the net. Defenseman picks it up and wraps it around. Lincoln Sudbury tries to chip it ahead. Persicino throws it back in. It hits Jack Tepper's skate. So offsides is the call. Face-off going to come all the way back to the other side of the neutral zone. Still Tepper Russo on the ice for the Colonials, but joining Connell Persicino with Sam McManus. Tepper pushes it forward. Lincoln Sudbury picks it up. In the neutral zone, they go to DDD. Player still hasn't been able to advance the puck. Lincoln Sudbury bats it forward. Russo bats it forward. Now Jack Tepper comes away with it. Tepper loses the puck. Lincoln Sudbury picks it up. They wrap it around. Sam McManus crashing in. Lincoln Sudbury can't get the puck out of the zone. Kicked forward by James Tepper. Tepper digging for it in the corner. Lincoln Sudbury sends it all the way around. Jack Tepper chasing after it now. Tepper picks it up along the sideboards, pushes it into the corner. Now behind the net with it is James Tepper. Puck is loose behind the net. Now in front, James Tepper's there, hits it at the side of the net. Tepper had the net wide open, couldn't get the shot on net. Puck is under several players. Whistle's blown dead. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Still 4-1 Shrewsbury. Now a cross-check being called on Shrewsbury.
Cross-check against Tepper.
Jack Tepper skating to the box. And the Colonials, for the first time this game, will be short-handed for the next 2 minutes. PK unit out for the Colonials will be Quinlivan, Persicino, and Tom Belbin. Anthony gets tossed on the face-off, so Liam will take it. Liam was back. Lincoln Sudbury gets it ahead. Persicino picks it up, and he'll get the full ice clear. Marcoux stops behind the net. Liam Quinlivan, the lead forechecker. Bringing up ice, they make the pass across. Player lost the puck momentarily. Couldn't take it in clean. Went to dump it in. Went out the ref skate. Now he comes in. Punch the player right there. He makes the move towards the net. Noah stops it. Sorry, Jower stops it. Puck eventually ended up in the back of the net, but after the whistle had blown. Face-off going to come back in front of Noah, who made what I believe was his first save of the game. Quinlivan will take the face-off again inside the defensive zone. Quinlivan wins it back. Persicino takes behind the net. Persicino able to get the full ice clear. LS stops it behind the net. 40 seconds gone from the penalty to Jack Tepper. Liam Quinlivan, the lead forechecker. LS is able to pass it up. Now they move it ahead. Sudbury working the puck around. On the sideboards now. They throw it down. Loose in front. Belbin picks it up. He's able to get the full ice clear. Shrewsbury making a line change on this penalty kill. Lincoln Sudbury moving the puck up ice, but at a slow pace. Tepper's able to poke that one forward. Tyler Boris can't turn around in time. Lincoln Sudbury passes it back up ice. Coming in now, they pass it over. Try to throw it back in front of the net. Tom Belbin got in the way of that. Belbin clears it back around. LS stops it at the point. They'll get it back into the corner. Tom Belbin picks it up. He gets it out. Doesn't get the full ice clear, but gets out. And then Tyler Boris able to get in the way of that pass. Comes all the way back into Lincoln Sudbury zone. Boris tying up that man. They throw it around. James Tepper now has it in the corner. Only 20 seconds remaining in the penalty to Jack Tepper. James Tepper is able to stick in around a couple players. Throw it out in front looking for Tyler Boris. Boris will poke it out of the zone. And then he gets it back. Looking to get it back to Mullen. Ref got in the way. Now it's back on Peter Belbin's stick. Peter Belbin on the penalty kill. Throw it all the way back in. Only a few seconds remain on the penalty to Jack Tepper. James Tepper gets it out of the zone. All even now. Shrewsbury cannot ice the puck. Mullen has it. He gets it over to Belbin. Belbin gets it up to James Tepper. James Tepper will just get the touch. Let it enter the zone. Lincoln Sudbury throws it back in. 3.5 minutes remaining now in the period. Lincoln Sudbury trying to break the puck up ice. Mullen gloves that down, throws it in. Lincoln Sudbury taking it behind the net now. James Tepper, the lead forechecker. Peter Belbin steps up on that, but it gets by. Lincoln Sudbury now coming up on a 3-on-2. Mullen forces that shot. Noah stops that easily. Just over 3 minutes remaining here in the second period. Face-off going to be just to Noah Jaware's left.
Somebody's got to trail that play, Blue.
Liam Quinlivan sprayed Noah Jaware, is cleaning the snow out of his face. Taking this face-off is going to be Jameson Alejandro. Alejandro wins it over. Persicino digging forward in the corner. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. They work it back to the point. That shot's out and in. It looked like Noah got a piece of it with a glove. But it hopped off his arm and into the net. Just under 3 minutes here left in the second period. 4-2 Shrewsbury. Tepper, Russo back onto the ice here for Shrewsbury with Leonis and Persicino back on D. Lincoln Sudbury wins that back. James Tepper picks it up. Tepper looking for Russo. Russo already skated by. Jack Tepper's going to win the race to him, backhand it forward. Lincoln Sudbury defenseman has it. Tries to move it up. James Tepper comes away with it. Walks in, shoots. That gets blocked in front. Puck's loose in front. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. Jack Tepper's able to poke it into the corner. Jack Tepper pushes it behind the net. Cole Russo now chasing after it. Lincoln Sudbury plays it up. And now a slash coming to Shrewsbury. Jack Tepper again entering the box. 2:29 remaining here in the second period. And again, the Colonials are going to be shorthanded. Quinlivan, Persicino, and Tom Belbin starting off his penalty kill for Shrewsbury. Lincoln Sudbury wins it back. Defenseman throws it forward. They have it along the sideboards. They shoot. That wraps up and all the way around. Now chasing after it's Liam Quinlivan. Liam Quinlivan wins to race the puck. Can't cleanly stick handle around that player. Tries to keep it tied up as long as possible. Passes it out of the zone to Tom Belbin. Tom Belbin gets it back to Persicino. Persicino throws it forward. Lincoln Sudbury able to bat it down. Lincoln Sudbury slowly making their way up ice. Liam's able to pick that one up. Now Liam comes away with it. Liam entering the zone now on his back end. Curls back, finds Anthony. Anthony walks in, heat stick handles around, shoots, shot goes wide. Anthony can't stick handle around that player. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it now. Lincoln Sudbury coming up ice. A minute gone from the penalty to Jack Tepper. Lincoln Sudbury will throw it forward. Persicino looks to tie that one up. Caught against the Zamboni doors. Lincoln Sudbury has it now behind the net. Coming out of the corner with it, they work to the point. Work it back over, looking back door. Connell Persicino's able to get away that one. Tyler Boris picks it up. Tyler Boris circles back, and then he wraps one all the way around. Gets out of the zone. The defenseman took a bad angle on it, gets by him. Now James Tepper's going to win the race to it. He throws it all the way out, ends up on Tyler Boris' stick. Boris able to stick handle around a couple players. Now he set it up ice. Can't get by the second player. James Tepper catches up to that player, takes him down, and a penalty coming from James Tepper. Hooking the call. Still 26 seconds remaining on the penalty to Jack. 55 seconds remaining in the period. So for the next 26, Lincoln Sudbury is going to have a 5-on-3. It'll be Anthony, Mullen, and Peter Belbin on the ice for the Colonials. Lincoln Sudbury calls a timeout. We'll be back in a minute. Following the timeout, it'll be Anthony Quinlivan, Tom Belbin, and Connell Persicino on the ice trying to kill this 5-on-3 for the last 55 seconds of this period. Lincoln Sudbury wants the face-off, work it back to the point. Work it back down to the sideboards. Pass it all the way across. Work it back out to the point. Points have moved in low here, just on tops of the circles. Move back down low. They work to the point. Shot goes off the post. Quinlivan's able to get in the way of that one. Can't come away with the puck though. They get over the point. Player whips on the shot. Puck is loose. Goes over to the corner. Jack Tepper out of the box now. Back to 5-on-4. Quinlivan gets in the way of that pass. They work it back. In the high slot, they shoot. That deflects in front. 20 seconds remaining in the period. Shrewsbury's going to be in the penalty kill for all of them. Out to the point. Work it back down low. Player stumbles. Liam gets in the way of that. Then Liam able to get the puck out of the zone. Liam Quinlivan trying to speed forward. Only a few seconds remaining in the period. Lincoln Sudbury brings it into the corner, throws it back up front, and that'll be it. Buzzer sounds. There's 1:05 still remaining on the penalty to James Tepper. And after 2 periods, the Colonials lead Lincoln Sudbury 4-2. We're back here at North Star. 1:05 still remaining on the penalty to James Tepper. It'll be Quinlivan, Boris, and Connell Persicino filling the penalty for Shrewsbury. Noah Joubert still in net for the Colonials. Anthony wins it back to Liam. Liam gets to the head. Music's still playing as the period starts. Lincoln Sudbury takes it from behind the net. Anthony Quinlivan, the lead forechecker. Lincoln Sudbury goes to the pass across ice. Lincoln Sudbury slowly bringing it up. Lincoln Sudbury unable to enter the zone with speed, pass it out of the zone. Have to regroup in the neutral zone. Enter the zone now, leave it for the point. They walk it over, stick handle it down. They send it back down. Lincoln Sudbury with the puck in the corner now. Work it back up the sideboards. Work it far side to the point. Come down, make that far pass across the ice. Walk in, Tyler Boris able to block that shot. Lincoln Sudbury gloves it down. Anthony Quinlivan got a piece of that pass. Tyler Boris gets a stick on it, but can't get it out of the zone. Less than 20 seconds remaining here to the penalty to James Tepper. Lincoln Sudbury throws it back into the corner. Connell Persicino gets it, fires it around. Lincoln Sudbury is able to keep it in. Stick handle around. Liam's able to bat that one out of the air. LS gets the keep though. Work it back over the point. Only a few seconds remaining on the penalty kept for Shrewsbury. They work it back to the point. Now back down low to the sideboards. They walk in. Back to even strength now. Tyler Boris attacks the puck. Sends it along. Lincoln Sudbury picks it up. It comes out. Player loses it. Now racing for Liam Quinlivan. He's got Anthony Quinlivan on his right. Liam Quinlivan runs for the puck. He gets over to Anthony. Puck was hopping on him. He couldn't get a good shot off. In the corner now. Anthony digging for it. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. They send it all the way around. He's going to come out of the zone, but Tom Belbin's going to pick it up. Belbin gets it up to Boris. Boris flips one in. Shrewsbury's going to go for a line change. Tom Belbin, Cam Mullen on the ice now for Shrewsbury. Tepper Russo line coming on. James Tepper picked that one off. Couldn't enter the zone cleanly though. Jack Tepper's going to throw it in. Delayed off sides to the Colonials. Lincoln Sudbury coming into the corner with it. Take it back behind the net. They go DDD. That pass is incomplete. Mullen's going to step up on that and he'll throw that back in. Wraps all the way around to the far corner. Russo chasing after it. LS banks it ahead. Jack Tepper gets in the way of that passing lane. Lincoln Sudbury can't get the puck out of the zone. Able to do so now. Defenseman's taking it up by himself. Can't stick handle past Mullen. Mullen can't get the puck out of the zone. It's chipped ahead. Tom Bellman's going to win the race to it. He sends it all the way around. Lincoln Sudbury barely able to keep it in the zone. Sends it ahead. Jack Tepper's there. He'll wrap one all the way around. Lincoln Sudbury wins the race to that along the sideboards. Throws it towards the net. Goes off a couple bodies in front. Mullen plays it back to the corner. They work it back to the point. That one gets deflected in front. Noah's there for the save. Thrown back in front. Noah gets a piece of that. Jack Tepper taking it up ice now. Jack Tepper across the red line. Enters the Lincoln Sudbury zone. Comes in, shoots at the flex off the stick. Russo has it on a stick. James Tepper picks it up. Now he shoots and scores. James Tepper from about 15 feet out goes top shelf. Less than 3 minutes here into the third period. Colonials back up by 3. Following the goal, it'll be Quinlivan, Boris on the ice for Shrewsbury. It'll be Peter Belbin on defense with Connell Persicino. Faceoff comes back to Tyler Boris. Tyler Boris gains the red line, throws it ahead. Then Quinlivan wins the race to in the offensive zone. Then Quinlivan curls back, ties the puck up. He's got 2 Lincoln Sudbury Warriors on him. Tyler Boris there to help. Liam comes away with the puck. He's got Anthony crushing the net. He finds Anthony. Anthony puts it in. It's caught in front. Marcoux eventually finds it and gets the cover. Great look there from the Quinlivans. 11:44 remaining here in the third. 5-2 Shrewsbury. Anthony Quinlivan getting set to take the face off in the offensive zone. Sudbury comes away that up the face off. They'll wrap it around. Player couldn't handle that. Liam catches up to it. Liam puts it in, delayed off sides. Liam touches it to the face off. He's going to be in the neutral zone. Coming onto the ice now for Shrewsbury are Albertson, Holloway, and O'Connor. Still going to be Peter Belbin and Connell Persicino back on D. Sam O'Connor taking this neutral zone face off. Puck is dropped. Lincoln Sudbury wins the face-off. They're able to pass it up across the red line. They'll dump it in. Noah lets it go into the far corner. Lincoln Sudbury wins the race to it. They have it along the sideboards now. Holloway pressuring. They throw it back down. Still on the sideboards. Persicino steps up. Holloway pokes it forward. Can't get it out of the zone though. Persicino ties it up. Tries to kick it back. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. Lincoln Sudbury just above the goal line. It's out in front. Peter was just able to tie up that man enough that he couldn't get the shot on net. They can't get the puck out of the zone. That deflects in front, goes wide of the net. They throw it back down low. And then Albertson's in the passing lane. Lincoln Sudbury's able to keep the puck in the zone, but O'Connor picks it up now. 3-on-2 for the Colonials. Sam O'Connor bringing it up ice. Can't stick handle past that player. Lincoln Sudbury throws it up. Picked up by Fleonis. Fleonis across the red line. Tries to dump it into the far corner. Glove down by Lincoln Sudbury. Defenseman throws it ahead. No ice. Fleonis chasing after it. Thrown deep in by Lincoln Sudbury. Then thrown out. Mullen ties up that man. Defenseman throws it back in. Wraps around behind the net. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. Lincoln Sudbury out of the corner. Throws it out to the point. Throw it out. Cole Russo was able to block that shot behind the net now. Digging forward is Jack Tepper. Tepper's able to kick it into the corner. Leonis chasing after it. Russo able to poke that one away. Jack Tepper picks it up. Flips it ahead. Lincoln Sudbury from the point shoot. Deflection in front. Noah's there for the save. Just over 10 minutes remaining here in the third period. Still 5-2 Shrewsbury. Quinlivan and Tyler Boris out for Shrewsbury. Mullen and Persicino still back on D. Lincoln Sudbury wins the face-off, tries to get it back to the point. Puck exits the zone now. Tyler Boris pressuring that player. Tyler Boris picks it up. He comes in, he shoots. Save made by Marcoux. They wrap it around. Anthony Quinlivan gets it. Loses the puck. Now Lincoln Sudbury headed back up ice. Tyler Boris trying to catch that player. Forces the pass. Liam Quinlivan steps up in the neutral zone. Lays the hit. Connell Persicino gets the touch. And now interference coming to Quinlivan. 9:43 remaining here in the third period. Liam Quinlivan skating to the box. It'll be a minor penalty for interference. Colonial's going to go to the penalty kill. Faceoff's going to come all the way back just to Noah Jaware's left. On the ice right now for Shrewsbury are Anthony Quinlivan, Tyler Boris, Connell Persicino, and Cam Mullen. Anthony's going to take this face off in the defensive zone. Anthony wins it back. Persicino can't clear the zone. Loses the puck. Lincoln Sudbury has it behind the net. Mullen's able to poke that away. Lincoln Sudbury plays behind the net. Loose for a moment, but Lincoln Sudbury picks it up in the far corner. Works it back out to the point. We'll try to work it back down low. Anthony Quinlivan's able to pick it off. Eventually able to get the puck out of the zone. Lincoln Sudbury digging for it. Pass it across the blue line out. Enter the zone. Cam Mullen trying to step up on that player. Work it down, shoot, deflects in front. Lincoln Sudbury has it along the sideboards. They work it back to the point. Walks it back over, works it back down low. Player walks in, whiffs on the first shot. Shoots, hits something in front, never reaches Noah. Anthony Quinlivan racing after it. He pokes it forward. Anthony Quinlivan racing after it. Pokes it past that player. Kick it around and Quinlivan. Now Anthony picks it up, pokes it towards the goalie. Save made by Marcoux. Now a penalty coming up to Lincoln Sudbury. They're going to the box for a slash. Anthony Quinlivan with the aggressive penalty kill, able to draw a penalty. 1:11 remaining in the penalty to Liam Quinlivan. And so for the next 1 minute and 11 seconds, we're going to have 4-on-4 before the Colonials go in the power play for 49 seconds. There's 8:54 remaining here in the third period. It'll be James Tepper out there with Cole Russo playing forward, Persicino and Cam Mullen back on D. Tepper wins the face-off back. Stick handles to himself. James Tepper can stick handle through everybody. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. LS coming up ice. Cam Mullen forces that player over to the boards. Take it behind the net, try to throw it in front. Mullen's there. Mullen picks it up. Mullen looks to make the far pass. Ahead of everyone. Lincoln Sudbury will pick it up. They pass it up. Russo now chasing after it. Lincoln Sudbury wins the race to it. Lincoln Sudbury now taking it up ice. James Tepper picks it up. Tepper able to stick handle past that player. Tepper all alone, walks in. Shoots, save made. Rebounds loose, Lincoln Sudbury picks it up. Lincoln Sudbury has a far man. Player didn't see him, now he bringing it up ice. Cam Mullen's there to break that up. Jack Tepper picks it up, he wraps it all the way around. 4-4, that's going to come all the way around for an ice. There's 12 seconds remaining left at 4-on-4. That'll be Boris and Anthony Quinlivan on the ice for Shrewsbury with Peter Belvin and Tom Belvin back on D. Quinlivan wins back to Boris. Boris pokes it ahead. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. It's tied up in the corner. Tyler Boris coming out with it now. Tyler Boris behind his net. It's a long pass to Anthony Quinlivan. That one goes over everybody. However, no ice is the call. The referee says it was deflected. Shrewsbury is on the power play now. Liam Quinlivan's out of the box. Lincoln Sudbury is able to muscle that one out of the zone. 40 seconds left of the power play for Shrewsbury. James Tepper's out there. Tom Belbin gets it over to Tyler Boris. Tyler Boris headed up ice. Passes it ahead to Liam. Liam's got James Tepper on his left. Liam comes in, takes a slap shot. That goes off the post. Tom Belbin picks it up. Belbin tries to throw it in, comes back to Anthony Quinlivan on the point. Quinlivan comes in, gets it back to James Tepper. Tepper fighting through contact, gets it back to Anthony. Anthony gets it over to Tom Belbin. Belbin on his backhand tosses it over to Tyler Boris. Boris tries to find James Tepper in front. Anthony comes away with it. Only a few seconds remaining on the Lincoln Sudbury penalty. They have it around. Lincoln Sudbury coming out with an hour. Back to even strength. Lincoln Sudbury banks it ahead. It's picked up by Quinlivan. Liam curling back in his zone. Passes one ahead to James Tepper. James Tepper let it deflect into the offensive zone. Sam O'Connor chasing after it now. 6.5 minutes remaining here in the third period. Colonials a 3-goal lead. They throw it ahead. Mullen's there. Mullen gets it over to Peter Belbin. Chipped ahead by Lincoln Sudbury. Sam O'Connor's going to throw it across ice. Lincoln Sudbury picks it up. Chipped forward by Lincoln Sudbury. Peter Belbin picks it up. Belbin gets it ahead for Holloway. Holloway coming in on a 3-on-2. He's got Alejandro on his far right. Got to leave it back for O'Connor. The late offside for Shrewsbury. That one gets sent ahead. Mullen ties that man up just below the red line. Poked ahead by Holloway. Lincoln Sudbury throws it forward. O'Connor tries to throw it forward, goes off of Lincoln Sudbury. Stick comes out to Peter Belbin. Looks ahead for Jameson Alejandro. Alejandro couldn't catch the pass, and that'll go for an ice. 5:49 remaining in the third period. Face-off going to come all the way back into the Colonial zone. Still O'Connor, Alejandro, and Holloway on the ice for Shrewsbury with Belbin and Belbin back on D. Face-off won by Lincoln Sudbury. From the point they shoot. Player whipped on the shot. Able to get it back down low. In the corner now, Belbin ties up that man. Behind the net, they work it back to the point. The Sudbury chips it forward. It's in the corner now. Peter Belbin ties up that man, digging for the puck now. Sam O'Connor's there to help. O'Connor throws it ahead, works out to the point. Alejandro forces that dump, and Lincoln Sudbury works it back to the sideboards. Alejandro checks that man off the puck. Now Sam O'Connor's taking up ice. O'Connor across the red line, loses the puck momentarily. He's able to poke it forward. Holloway with an aggressive forecheck. Player gets by Alejandro. O'Connor forces that pass across ice. Persicino steps up on this. It's chipped ahead. Tom Belbin's going to win the race to the puck. Belbin curls back. Tom Belbin passes it ahead for Jack Tepper. Jack Tepper will deflect it into the zone. Just off net. Lincoln Sudbury went to clear it. James Tepper took the puck up and out of play. Or there's Jameson Alejandro took the puck up and out of play. Face-up should come outside the Lincoln Sudbury zone. It's Tepper, Russo on the ice here for Shrewsbury with McManus and Persicino back on D. Just under 5 minutes left in the third period. Puck gets tied up. James Tepper comes away with it. Gets by a couple players. Gets it up to Jack Tepper. Jack Tepper makes a move. So shoots wide of the net. Crashes into the goalie. Face-off's going to come outside the zone. Same players on the ice here for the Colonials. Jack Tepper will take this face-off inside the neutral zone. James Tepper comes away with it after the face-off. Takes it on the right side. He shoots. That goes wide. McManus gets there. He throws it towards the net. That goes wide. James Tepper picks it up. James Tepper leaves it back for Jack Tepper. Jack Tepper with it behind the net. Tries to throw it up front. Russo's there. Russo throws it towards the net. That goes wide. Jack Tepper battling for it down low. Puck's tied up in the corner. Russo and Jack Tepper are both there. Kicks out front. James Tepper can't quite get it. Now comes away with it. Loses his footing and the puck. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it and throws it out of the zone. Jack Tepper picks it up. Jack Tepper throws it into the zone. Lincoln Sudbury is able to break it out. Player can't catch the pass. McManus picks it up. Gets it up for Russo. Russo pushes it ahead for James Tepper. Russo's able to stop that one. Lincoln Sudbury now is able to take the puck out of the zone. Player is all alone coming up on Tom Belvin. Goes over to the side of Connell Persicino. Pushes it forward. Belvin swats the puck away. Jack Tepper gets it. Sends it out of the zone. Icing is the call. Puck crosses the goal line. Just over 3.5 minutes remaining here in the third period. Colonial still holding on to a 5-2 lead. Quinlivan and Boris on the ice here for Shrewsbury. Tom Belbin's joined back on D with Mike Walton. Now a timeout called, and we'll be back in a minute. We're back here in Westboro following the timeout. Still going to be Quinlivan and Boris with Tom Belbin and Mike Walton back on D. Lincoln Sudbury, with 3:36 remaining, has pulled their goalie, so they have 6 skaters on the ice. Left winger for Lincoln Sudbury, not used to the aggression of Mike Walton, so both centers are going to end up getting tossed from the face-off. Liam takes this. Boris pushes it ahead. Lincoln Sudbury getting called for a hand pass. Face-off's going to come all the way back into the Lincoln Sudbury zone, so their goaltender has to come back into the net. Same skaters on the ice here for Shrewsbury. Back to having 5 skaters on the ice for both teams. Anthony Quinlivan will take this face-off in the offensive zone. Face-off ends up in the corner. Lincoln Sudbury comes away with it. They clear it around. Lincoln Sudbury takes it back. Gain possession of it. They pass it up. They throw it ahead. On the other side of the red line, that'll go for an ice. 3:15 remaining here in the third period. Face-off coming all the way back into the Lincoln Sudbury zone. Coming onto the ice now for Shrewsbury are Delaney, Albertson, and Colby Boris. Walton and Tom Belbin still back on D. Connor Delaney will take this face-off in the offensive zone. Delaney wins that back to Walton. Walton throws it into the far corner. Wraps all the way around. Colby Boris is there. Boris tries to send it back behind the net. Lincoln Sudbury coming up ice with it now. Goes off that player's skate. Tom Belbin will throw it back in. Stop behind the net. Albertson chasing after it. Lincoln Sudbury's up to chip by him. Albertson over to cut that off. Albertson and Delaney with a good forecheck. Forces that player to go back into his own zone. Getting away that passing line is Connor Delaney, and then Colby Boris picks that one off. Colby Boris pushes it into the zone. Albertson picks it up, throws him towards the net. Played over to the side. Albertson and Delaney now with an aggressive forecheck. Great forecheck by this line here between Albertson, Delaney, and Colby Boris. 2.5 minutes remaining in the third period. Puck's tied up along the sideboards. Lincoln Sudbury now comes away with it. Player coming up on Mike Walton. They'll wrap it all the way around. With speed now entering the zone is Lincoln Sudbury. Taking it behind the net. Out to the sideboards. They throw it in front. Player tries to stick handle around Noah. Loses the puck. Net's pulled again. That one's thrown into the far corner. 2 minutes remaining here in the third period. Lincoln Sudbury working the puck in the offensive zone. Work it out to the point, then throw it back down low. Thrown out in front. Colby Boris gets there, gets a stick on it, can't clear the zone. Colby Boris has it now. Can't get it out of the zone. Lincoln Sudbury gets the keep. Throw it in front of the net. Mike Walton able to kick that one to the side. Mike Walton clears it around. On the stick of James and Alejandro. Alejandro can't clear the zone. That gets thrown out in front. Noah gets a glove on it. That would have gone over the net. Off Noah Jaware's glove. That's going to stay inside the Shrewsbury zone. 1:40 remaining here in the third period. On the ice now for the Colonials are O'Connor, Holloway, and Alejandro. It will be Persicino and Troyo back on D. Sam O'Connor getting set to take this face off in the defensive zone. Lincoln Sudbury wins it from the slot. They shoot. Deflects wide. Troy picks it up. Wraps it around. Lincoln Sudbury able to keep that one in the zone. Throw it towards the net. Blocked in front by Troyo. Sent back up front. Troyo gloves out to the side. Lincoln Sudbury picks it up. Throws it in front of the net. No one's there. Defenseman comes down, picks it up. He's below the goal line now. Throws it back out in front. O'Connor's able to break that up. Alejandro picks it up. Off the glass he goes. Lincoln Sudbury is able to keep it in. Pushed ahead by Alejandro. Shrewsbury can't get it out of the zone. Troyo's able to poke that one away. Troyo turns around with the puck. Troyo tries to flip it out of the zone. Lincoln Sudbury picks it off. They shoot. That goes well wide of the net. Just over a minute remaining. Persicino wins the race to the puck. Flips it ahead. Lincoln Sudbury able to keep that one in. Push it into the corner now. Thrown out in front. Persicino gets it. He throws it over the sideboards. Danny Holloway's going to win the race to it. Under a minute remaining. Danny Holloway has an empty net. Throws it forward. Goes up in Lincoln Sudbury's skate. Lincoln Sudbury going to pick it up in the offensive, their defensive zone. They go for the far pass. It's complete. Sam McManus coming on. Sam McManus. Mike Walton forces that player off the puck. Jameson Alejandro pushing it into the corner. Lincoln Sudbury has it in the corner now. Thrown out front. It's on the stick of Sam O'Connor. Sam O'Connor coming up ice. Throws it towards the net. Lincoln Sudbury is able to get there. 30 seconds remaining. Danny Holloway picks it up. He throws it towards the net. Batted down by the Lincoln Sudbury defenseman. They go for the clear. Stopped there by McManus. Sam McManus flips one towards the net. Gets all the way through. Lincoln Sudbury picks it up. 15 seconds remaining here in the game. Mike Walton unable to keep that in, but lifts the player's stick. He can't pick it up cleanly. McManus steps up on that player. Lincoln Sudbury picks it up in the offensive zone. 7 seconds remaining. Lincoln Sudbury on the goal line. They throw it towards the net. Noah's able to tie it up with 3.3 seconds remaining. Noah Jouer holding strong. Walton, Alejandro, O'Connor, McManus, and Holloway on the ice for Shrewsbury. 3.3 seconds remaining. Sam O'Connor's going to take this face-off. O'Connor wins it back. Alejandro throws it forward, and that's it. 5-2 the final here in Westboro. Shrewsbury defeats Lincoln Sudbury. Shrewsbury picks up a big win here on senior night. Their final regular season game is going to be Friday against Algonquin, 7:40 here at North Star. We hope to see you there before the Colonials enter the playoffs.